Johnson with the Dragon Media Network, and I'm coming to you live from Canton Central Catholic High School, home of the Crusaders. We've got a good matchup tonight. We've got the Lake Blue Streaks here to take on the Crusaders. Should be an interesting matchup. You got the records over there, John?
That I do. Lake coming in at 9-11. A very strong 9-11 program, though. A lot of close games. And Central Catholic is 11-7 on the year. So, interesting. Common opponents. Lake is 3-3, and Central's 0-3. So
that's interesting.
A lot of close, games there.
Well, and I'll tell you what. Lake took a powerful Louisville team to a last-second shot, a one-point win by Louisville in that game. So,
yeah, well, the Federal League is a very tough conference. So, any team you play from there is going to be a battle.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited. We've had the opportunity to see Central once this year. They didn't fare very well against Alliance, but I know that after that, they've kind of been pretty steady since. I know that Dylan Rouse is playing pretty well. DeGraff and Reed's been playing pretty well. So I'm excited to see how these guys play tonight. Like you said, you can never, ever take a local battle and throw it out the window because there's always a little bit of bragging rights in the factor.
Well, Central does, I think, have a little bit of advantage as they are 5-3 at home, and Lake is 3-6 away. So one team likes to, does better at home, and one team, not so much. So.
Well, and I'll tell you what, this Lake team with Landon Roth back on the floor is a completely different team. I'm interested to see. I know that he really came out and played really well the other night against Louisville. I believe he was in double digits, if I recall.
Yeah, he was.
So, that's just another weapon. And I know that, of course, you got Mr. All-Around Athlete and Jack Talkington. I believe he was the MVP of Stark County in football. So he's definitely an all-around athlete.
And when you look at him, you don't think quarterback because he is a pretty stout athlete.
Yeah, if you walked up and shook his hand, you definitely wouldn't think, oh, yeah, there's a quarterback.
Yeah, he looks more like a Mike linebacker.
Yeah, I love it, though. It's my kind of quarterback. I'll take him with me anytime. So we've got about 58 seconds. We're just going to kind of take a back seat to the pregame ceremonies, the starting lineups, and we'll get back with you here shortly.
Strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm, and finally, we pray for your grace, that you would provide us with the endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son. Amen.
first on Lake Boosters. Senior, number 3, Anthony Garaponi. Senior, number 21, Caleb Collins. Junior, number 25, Chance Kassenheiser. Junior, number 31, Joshua Copeland. And senior, number 35, Landon Robb. And now, your Central Pacific. Senior, number 3, Devontae Lapore. Senior, number 5, Ethan Ryan. Senior, number 12, Dylan Rice. Senior, number 20, Jack Toppington. And sophomore, number 32, Luke Rossi.
Well, there's our lineups, folks. For Lake, it's going to be number 3, Anthony Markoki. Number 21, Caleb Collins. Number 25, Chance Kassenheiser. Number 31, Joshua Caulfield. And number 35, Landon Roth. For Central, it's going to be DeMonte DeGaffenreid, number 3. Number 5, Ethan Reagan. Number 12, Dylan Rouse. Number 20, Jack Talkington. And number 32, Luke Voloski. So Rouse and Cofield tip off, and it's gathered by Central as Voloski gets it into the corner to Reagan, to Garafenreid on the wing, inside to Rouse. He's going to back down, kicks it out to Reagan. He's going to bring it back up top, gives it to Rouse, to Grafenreid. Grafenreid dribbles, drives, takes it to the hoop, shoots, scores, 2-0 Central. So Markoki gives it off to Kassenheiser. Kassenheiser, they get it back to Kassenheiser. Lob, no good. Man, that was a nice try. They tried to backdoor lob to Roth.
Nope.
And Central's going to throw it out of bounds. So the ball's going to go back to Lake. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a toss. I didn't even see that coming. Nor did Central either. So Markoki gives it to Kassenheiser, to Cofield. Back to Markoki. Dribbles. Looking. Backs it back out. Resets the offense. Back over to Kassenheiser. To Cofield at the top of the circle. To Roth. Back to Markoki. Markoki gonna dribble. Cut off. Turns. To Roth in the corner. Cross court. To Kassenheiser for 3. No good. Rebounded Rouse. Rouse gives it off to Voloski. Voloski dribbles. To Grafenreid. To Grafenreid's going to dribble. Drives. Pulls up for 2. Short. No good. Rebounded Roth. Lake's going the other way. Kassenheiser gives it off to Ross. He fakes. Into the corner to Markoki for 3. No good. Rebounded Talkington. Voloski to Talkington. Up the floor to Reagan. Reagan's going to dribble. Cut off. Hands it to Voloski. Voloski's going to dribble. Spins. Gets it to Rouse. Back top to Talkington. Gives it to Grafenreid. He's going to back it out. Resets. Gets it up to Rouse. Rouse is looking to Voloski. He's going to dribble. Drives. Gets it tapped away. That ball was knocked away by Kassenheiser out of bounds, so the ball will stay with Central. So Reagan will inbound. Looks, gets to Voloski. He's going to dribble, fakes, shoots. Shot up, no good. Rebounded. And he follows up his own shot. It's good. So that's going to make it 4-0 Central. As Lake gets it across the timeline. Markoki dribbling, top of the circle. He's going to kick it inside to Cofield. No good. Rebounded, and we're going to have a jump ball. And the possession will stay with Lake. .5:13, first quarter. Central leads. Inbound to Markoki. He's going to back it out. Guarded tightly by DeGraffenried. He's going to dribble, drives, kicks it. Roth pulls for two. Shot no good. Rebounded by Rouse for Central. To Voloski. He's going to push the other way. Takes it, backs it back out. Inside to Talkington. Turns to DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried looks. Dribbles to Rouse. Rouse is going to give it back to DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried kicks it to the corner and nobody home. So ball goes back over to Lake with 4:29. First quarter. So Lake will bring it up the backcourt, across the timeline, gives it to Kassenheiser, to Collins. Collins is going to look, dribbles, cross court to Roth. Roth is going to drive, kicks it out top to Kassenheiser. He's going to fake, drives down the lane, and he's going to be fouled. The foul is on Reagan, and they're going to say he was in the act of shooting. So he will shoot two. So here we go with the first one. It's good. It's going to be 4-1 Lake, or Central. It's Lake's first bucket. Second shot. It's good. And that's going to make it 4-2, 4:07 here in the first. Central leads. Voloski across the timeline. Back to Voloski. He's double teamed into Talkington. Shot up. No good, but he's going to the free throw line. New to our ball game, number 24, Gavin Lehman for Central. So Talkington will shoot. First one is good. 3:53 here in this first quarter. Second shot. No good. Rebounded by Cofield. Hands it off to Markoki, who will bring it across the center stripe. Over to Kassenheiser, to Roth in the corner, or excuse me, Collins in the corner. Back to Kassenheiser for three. Bang! Just like that, we've got a tie ball game. You cannot give him an open shot. He will bust it.
Well, and you don't want to let him get going either.
And it's tapped away by Kassenheiser, so the ball will stay with Central.
As Louisville found out the last time we covered Lake, you get him on a roll, it's hard to stop.
Oh, yeah, he gets going. He gets going quick, too. So Voloski will inbound on the baseline. Looks. Gets it into Talkington. Turns to Lehman. To Voloski, baseline. Kicks it to Rouse. Rouse back to Velosky for three. Bang! 8-5 Central, 3:09. As Markoki walks across the center stripe. He's looking back over to Roth. In the corner for Kassenheiser. No good. Rebound to Rouse. He's going to get it up the floor to Talkington. Back to Rouse to Velosky. Velosky to Lehman. Lehman's going to dribble. To Velosky for three. No good. And it's going to be taken the other way on a sprint by Kassenheiser to Collins. Back out to up to Markoki. Nice defense by Central. Collins back out to Markoki. Resets. Dribbles. Top of the circle. Back out top, over to Kassenheiser. He's going to drive baseline, and they're going to get a foul.
Yep, little push there.
That's going to be on Jack Talkington. That'll be his first foul of the ball game. 152. 8-5 Central. First quarter. So Markoki inbounds to Kassenheiser. He's looking. Back over to Markoki. Markoki dribbles. He's going to dribble. Kicks it out to Roth. Roth dribbles into Kassenheiser. Out top to Markoki. Markoki inside. Back out top to Markoki for three. No good. Rebounded Talkington. Velosky walks up the backcourt, across the timeline. And it's tapped away from Lehman. He gets it back to Velosky. Pulls for three. Bang! 11-5 Central. 1:06 left in this first quarter. Markoki dribbles over to Kassenheiser, back to Markoki. He's at the top. Very loud here at Central tonight. Markoki gonna dribble, picks up a dribble inside to Collins. Nice pass. He got into trouble, but kept his eyes up and found Collins underneath the basket all alone. 36 seconds left in this first quarter. 11-7 Central. Velosky dribbling, guarded tightly by Kassenheiser. He's going to get loose to Lehman. Lehman spins, turns, pulls it back out. 17 seconds left in this first quarter. He's guarded by Roth, over to Rouse. Rouse to Velosky. Velosky dribbles, hands off to Lehman. Lehman dribbles, kicks it to Talkington for three. No good. Rebound and Rouse. Oh, man, he almost had a heck of a putback there. And did they call a foul?
Yeah,
They sure did. So he will shoot two before we go to the second quarter here. That foul was on number 21, Caleb Collins for Lake. .3 seconds left they put back on the board here. So Rouse will shoot. First one. Good. He'll shoot the second one. Shot up. It's good. And DeGraffenreid checks back into the ball game. 0.3 seconds left. Also checking in for Central is number 10, Amar Coney. Also, number 13, Finley Stewart. And that's how we're going to end the end of the first quarter. 13-7 Central. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. Central Catholic High School. They're leading Lake 13-7 here at the start of the second quarter. I'll tell you what, John, Central's really playing some strong D and being very aggressive on the boards.
Yeah, and Lake just hasn't had, many opportunities for points to fall for them, and they've been kind of off to a slow start. So see if they can draw something up here in the second quarter, maybe even things back out.
So Talkington, Voloski, DeGraffenreid, Rouse, and Finley Stewart for Central. Cofield, Kassenheiser, Roth, Markoki, and Collins for Lake. As DeGraffenreid hands off to Talkington. He dribbles, looks, picks up his dribble, gives it to Voloski. He loses it, gets it back. He's going to reset the offense up top. Looks. Loses it. It's going to be picked up and...
looks like we're going to have a jump ball.
Ball's going to go to Lake. So Collins will inbound to Markoki as he comes up the backcourt, across the timeline. Over to Collins, back to Markoki. Dribbles out top. Back to Collins, to Roth in the corner. Roth kicks it out top to Markoki. Markoki to Collins, back to Markoki. To Roth in the corner. To Kassenheiser. Oh, it's stolen. Nice play by Dylan Rouse as he saw the play happening. So Voloski across the timeline. He gets it tapped away, and it's going down the floor. Picked up by Rouse, and it's going to be, I believe, out of bounds, and the ball's going to go to Central. Checking back into the ball game is Ethan Reagan, and Stewart will sit down. Lake coming out in a full court press. Gets to Voloski. Tell you what, that Lake full court press defense is something fierce. I know Louisville struggled with it the other night. Talkington spins, looks, back out to DeGraffenreid. DeGraffenreid to Reagan on the wing. He's going to dribble, spins, brings it back out, gets to Rouse. He's going to give it to DeGraffenreid. DeGraffenreid going to go baseline, shot up, and good. Nice drive by DeGraffenreid. That's going to make it 15-7, 5:43, second quarter. As Markoki will dribble over to Kassenheiser. Oh, and it was thrown for Markoki. He was looking the other way. And layup Voloski, 17-7. Kassenheiser went to pass, and Markoki was looking at the other side of the court, and it hit him in the back.
Well, that's Velosky's 10th point of the night already.
Yeah,
I mean, he's come out on fire.
Well, he had a couple threes to get him started, and I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a ball player.
Central's also done a really good job of making sure the ball does not really get into the hands of Kassenheiser so far this first half. I mean, he's barely touched it, really, and they just can't get – I mean, he's double covered every time.
Same with Roth. They're not really letting either of the guys, and once they get it, they're trapping them really quick. So, excellent idea on Central's part there. So, Markoki dribbles into Roth. Layup good, just as we said their names. There they go. Back to DeGraffenried, guarded by Roth. He's going to dribble to the left. Picks up his dribble to Rouse. Rouse looks. Over to DeGraffenried on the wing. He's going to dribble, drives, takes it to the hoop, shot, and he's going to be fouled. DeMonte DeGraffenried, who's a senior.
Four points on the night.
His first shot. It's good. It's going to make it 18-9 Central. 4:52 here in the second quarter. As he'll shoot his second. Shot up. And good. So Markoki brings it up the other way. 4:47. Second quarter. Cross court pass to the corner for Roth for three.
Oh.
No good. Rolled around forever. But tapped back out top to Markoki, and they'll reset. Markoki dribbles, gives it off to Kassenheiser, back over to Markoki. Markoki back to Markoki. Inside to Collins, layup's good and one. New to the ball game, number 15, Drew Gullett for Lake. He's number 15.
I feel like that's what Lake's going to have to do to get back in this ball game is keep moving, keep passing the ball very quickly. Don't let the Central settle in on defense.
Shot, no good. Rebounded Talkington. So 19-11, Lake, 4:08, second quarter. Talkington to the corner. Spins, shoots, good. That's Amar Coney with the bucket. That is Coney's first bucket of the ball game. Gullett to Roth, back out to Markoki. Markoki dribbles. This 3-2 defense that the Central Catholic Crusaders are playing is there's Roth in the corner. Shot no good. Rebounded by Gullett. Out to Kassenheiser for three. Bang! 21-14. That was a deep three. So DeGraffenried looking. Gets it to Rouse. Back to DeGraffenried. Pulls for two. Shot no good. And the rebound's going to be by Talkington. He's going to go up and he's going to be fouled. So Talkington's got to go to the free throw line. So first shot for Talkington. Shot up. It's good. Sitting down will be Gullett. Coming back into the ball game will be Cofield for Lake. Talkington's second shot. Rolls around, no good. Rebounded Roth. Gets it up to Kassenheiser, and you know what he's going to do. Push, push, push to the hoop. Shot no good. He's looking for a foul, but it's not going to get it. Coney to Velosky to Graffenried. To Graffenried's going to drive, kicks it out to Rouse. He's going to drive to Velosky. Guarded tightly. Nice defense by Kassenheiser. Oh, nice pass to Rouse and one. As he is fouled by, I believe, Roth. So Landon Roth, I think that's his third foul. They say second here on the board, but even he was holding up 3 fingers. So checking into the ball game is number 11, Josiah Brown. Shot by Rouse, no good. Rebounded by Lamb. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Lake. So Coney into Velosky. Velosky back to Coney in the corner. He's going to dribble out. Turns, looks, gets to Velosky. Back to Coney to DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried to Lehman. Lehman to Rouse. Rouse going to back down, spins. And we've got an injury on the floor over here. DeGraffenried is down. So you hate to see that at this level. I tell you what, though, nothing compares to the last time we were here. If you recall, John, a young lady for Lakes basketball team had a very, very severe injury, and
Looks like he's able to kind of walk it off here, so
I don't know
hopefully
if
he can get looked at and be all right.
So Central will inbound to Rouse. He's going to looks, gets it to Lehman. Lehman's going to dribble, stops, kicks it to the corner for Coney for 3, no good. Rebounded Lake. Cofield hands off to Kassenheiser. 1:58 left in this second quarter.
Ooh, almost stolen.
Collins to Cofield. To Kassenheiser. Kassenheiser dribbles to the corner to Roth. Roth is going to dribble, drives, and he's going to be no good, and Cofield's going to be fouled. (24-14), 1:37 left in this second quarter.
Very fast first half.
Yeah, it seems like it just started, didn't it, John?
Yep.
First shot, no good. Reagan will check in, and Tony will sit down, and Stewart will check in, and Talkington will sit down for Central. Shot up, it's good. So 24-15, 1:34, as Velosky will dribble in the backcourt as Lake comes out. And a press. Lehman to Velosky. Over to Reagan. Reagan looks, dribbles, spins to Stewart. Shot and one. And that one is on Roth, and that's going to be his third. So Gullett will come in, and Roth will have to sit down.
Yep.
Can't ill afford to have him foul out of the ball game. He's one of their better players. Shot. No good. Rebounded by Kassenheiser. Kassenheiser going to push the other way. Looking. Back to Kassenheiser. Back to Collins. Collins dribbles. Back out top to Kassenheiser. To Gullett. On the wing. Cross court to Collins. Drives baseline. Kicks it back out top to Kassenheiser. He's going to dribble. Fakes. Pulls up for three. No good. Rebounded. Stewart. Gets it over to Vlosky. He's going to push up the floor. Across the timeline. Dribbles. Picks up his dribble. Gets it out to Rouse on top. He's going to hand back off to Vlosky. 26 seconds. To Lehman. Lehman to Rouse. Rouse. He's going to dribble. Gins off to Vlosky. Vlosky going to push to the corner to Stewart. To Rouse. Rouse dribbles, takes to the hoop. Layup. Good. 2 seconds. And that's going to be the end of the first half as Central leads 28-15. Tell you what, John, that was an excellent, I would say, exactly how the coach drew it up for Central in that first half.
Yeah, they just kind of came out, punched Lake right in the mouth, and never looked back.
That's pretty much sums it up. So, well, we're going to take a break here at halftime. This is the Strega Media Network. We'll be back.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans of the Strega Media Network, a local broadcasting network for the eastern Stark County area, connecting with our local communities to give you local news, weather, and sports. Local communities like Louisville, Alliance, Marlboro Township, Plain Township, East Canton, Hartville, Salem, and Carrollton. If there's good news, we want to hear it. A varsity game for your local school, we want to cover it. Local weather, we want to bring it to you. Like, subscribe, follow, to keep up on everything and everywhere we cover. This is the Strega Media Network.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Hello everyone, I'm Tegan Evans, and this is the Strega Media Network. We have a very special shout out we'd like to give to a Mount Union Purple Raider alumni, Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles who just punched their ticket to the Super Bowl and will play against the Kansas City Chiefs. Coach Sirianni played for Mount Union, winning 3 national championships from 2000, 2001, and 2002. Later, he made the leap to the NFL, first coaching with the Kansas City Chiefs, San Diego Chargers, and the Indianapolis Colts, before landing the head coaching job for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2021. We wish Nick, his family, staff, and team the best of luck as they take on the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday, February 12th.
My name is Blair Testa. I committed to Ashland University for stunt, which is a series of tumbling, stunting with pyramids and baskets. And I also committed for cheer, for sideline for football. And I'm planning on majoring in journalism and digital media.
I'm Gavin Greathouse. I committed to the University of Mount Union. I will be wrestling at the University of Mount Union, and I will also be pursuing the degree of pharmacy.
Will Butler, Walsh University for football, and I plan on majoring in business.
I'm Abby DeGeorge, and I'm going to Mount Union to play volleyball, and I'm going to be majoring in business and marketing.
I'm Styles Dietz. I'm going to Ashland to play football, and I'm currently undecided with my major.
Okay, so my name is Noelle Ellison. I'm going to Fairmont State. It's for acrobatics and tumbling, and I'm going to major in exercise science physiology.
My name is Amanda Fedor. I am attending the University of Mount Union, and I am playing golf there, and I am not undecided, but either education or accounting.
My name is Ty Miller. I'm coming into Walsh University to play football, and I'll be majoring in nursing.
My name is Matthew Solberger, and I'm committed to the Ashland University. I am playing varsity football there and majoring in economics and data analytics.
My name is Brooklyn Yuri, and I am committed to play softball at Cal State San Marcos in San Diego, California. I chose Cal State San Marcos because I really just had a love for California, and then I was just scrolling on Twitter, I found it, and then I just realized I wanted to play under palm trees, so that's the one I chose. I will be majoring in communication and media studies.
And welcome back, folks. We're here at Central Catholic, home of the Crusaders, as they currently lead 28-15. The Crusaders are led in scoring by number 32, Luke Belaski, with 10 points, followed by Dylan Rouse with 6. The Crusaders are led by Chance Kassenheiser with 8, and Caleb Collins with 4. So I'll tell you what, that's actually kind of a shock to me, because it seemed like they just couldn't get Kassenheiser or Rouse the ball. Or not Rouse, Roth, excuse me. I got Roth. But Roth, they were trying to get them the ball, but they just couldn't get it to him in the first half, John.
Yeah, they really, really struggled. And I think with Central's defense, it's really slowed the Blue Streaks down. Blue Streaks are a very get up and go kind of offense, a fast break offense. And Central so far has pretty much put a halt to that. You know, Kassenheiser got a couple looks from 3, but really other than that, Central's defense has done its job.
Well, they've focused. They ran out there with that 3-2 defense, which really focuses on taking away that 3-point shot. And they kind of rotated between that and a 1-3-1 a little bit, but it's definitely what they're doing is working right now. So if I was Central's coach, I don't know if I'd change too much. As far as Lake, you got to find a way to get your guns open.
Yeah, I think they did it a little bit in the first half. You need to make that extra pass, not hold on to the ball too long, and let Central settle in on defense. You really need to keep it a very high tempo, keep moving the ball, keep looking for that open guy, open shot, and take advantage of it. Now, I know they've done a couple cross-court passes, which so far
you don't
hasn't hurt them, but you can only do that so many times.
Well, they had one of them where Rouse kind of saw it coming and took it. But, yeah, I mean, you know, there's different ways to do it. I know that Central's been very, very, very good at getting back on defense tonight, which is huge because that shuts down that run and gun, so to speak, of Lake. Lake loves to get out there and run with that ball, and then the three-point shot shooters follow with that. You know, when that ball's going down the court 100 miles an hour, and then you have to make a choice between the guy going to the hoop or the guy pulling up for three, you know, you pick your poison, and sometimes there's not really a good choice with this team.
But, you know, Castenheiser has 8 points. He averages almost 24 a game, so I'd like to see what he does here in the second half, see if he can kind of help his team, put his team on his back, and make this a game in the second half.
Absolutely. So, halftime's over. Coach's final instructions, and we'll be tipping off the second half here in just a few minutes. I believe the possession arrow leads to Central, so they should be inbounding the ball, but I always like to wait until the officials hand somebody the ball and make that official. So it looks like I was right. So Reagan, it appears, will inbound at the midcourt stripe there. Gives it to Velosky. As Lake comes out in the man-to-man pressure defense. Velosky gonna push, and they're gonna get Castenheiser with a quick foul.
Yep. That's his first.
So Reagan will inbound again to Velosky in the backcourt. Across the center stripe. He's going to drive. To Rouse, it's good. 30-15, 7:30 seconds.
Central picks up right where they left off in the first half.
So Roth looks back to Markoki. Markoki's going to dribble left. Spins back over to Roth. Back to Markoki. Looking. Tried to get it to Castenheiser and finally does. Back to top to Markoki for three. Short, no good. Rebounded Collins. Gets to Castenheiser to Ross for three in the corner. Bang! That's what they needed.
Yep.
30-18. Crusaders lead. Velosky behind the back. He's going to dribble to the right. He's going to spin, takes it to the hoop. They left him open too. Layup good. 32-18, 6:36.
Kind of surprised nobody collapsed.
Yeah, they all kind of went away from him like he was going to pass the ball. He said, all right, thank you. So Markoki to Castenheiser, back to Markoki. He's going to dribble, kicks it over to Roth, pulls for three. No good. Rebounded by Cofield, and he follows good. So they get it into DeGraff and Reed. He turns, throws it to Reagan. Reagan's going to dribble. He's trapped, and it's going to be knocked away, but they get it over to Velosky. He's going to push up the floor to Roush for three. No good. And it's going to be kind of
Roth couldn't hold on to it.
Oh. All right.
Coach was looking for a travel for Lake.
I can't say that I kind of almost don't disagree with him, but that was close. Rouse turns and kicks it to the corner. No shot. So Central will get the ball on the inbound. That'll be the second foul on Collins. Reagan to DeGraffenried. He's going to bring it back out. Good to see him back on the floor. He got a little dinged up in the first half.
Yep, seems to be fine.
Into Rouse at the top of the circle. I'll tell you what, for a big man, Rouse is... Oh, and they got him for travel. I'll tell you what, I was going to say before that travel that Rouse is very good with the ball in his hands for a big man.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
Ball into the corner to Routh, to Collins, and we're going to get a travel. So DeGraffenried coming the other way to Talkington. Back to Voloski at the top. Drives, nice pass to Reagan in the corner. Bang! 35-20, 4:44, third quarter. Kassenheiser to Collins, back out to Kassenheiser. He's going to fake, drives, kicks it. Back to Kassenheiser to Roth in the corner for three. No good. And they're going to get Voloski with a foul. Joseph Herrick and Gavin Swope in the ball game for the Blue Streaks. Ball out to Herrick. Herrick looks, gets it off to Kassenheiser. Kassenheiser dribbles, backs it back out, guarded by Voloski. Inside, they tried to get it to Roth, and it was last touched by Central. So Lake will keep the ball. Kassenheiser looking. Into Collins. Strong move to the hole. No good. Rebounded. And Talkington comes away with the ball. That was just pure muscle right there. Talkington said, just give me the ball. And took it. DeGraffenried takes, pulls up for two. Shot long, no good. Rebound coming the other way by Collins. He's going to dribble, takes to the hoop, layup, good. 35-22, 3:45 here in this third quarter. Reagan up to Voloski. He's going to pull up for two. Shot good. 37-22 as we go back and forth like a tennis match. 3:29, third quarter. Back to Kassenheiser. He's going to dribble. Kicks it to the corner for Roth. Nothing. Brings it back out. Over to the corner, Kassenheiser. Back to Roth on the wing. Pulls for three. Bang! I guess Roth just needed to get out of the corner and get out to the wing, and he was fine.
That's what he wanted.
So Rouse gets the ball. He's going to bring it up the backcourt. Hands it off to Voloski. Voloski. They're going to get a timeout for Central. 37-25 with 2:56. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
You like spending time with your family, but have you planned for when that is not possible? Guiley & Guiley provide affordable estate planning protecting you and your family. Our experience is your solution. Guiley & Guiley.
Welcome back, folks. Central Catholic High School. This is Striga Media Network. I'm Rob Johnson. I'm here with my sidekick, John Taggart. My co-pilot, I call him. Bringing you high school basketball. Last night, we had wrestling. Tonight, basketball. We had a great match last night, didn't we? Carrollton wrestled very, very well.
Oh yeah, them and Minerva. Any school in the ABC really has a great wrestling program, but Carrollton took the ABC title last night.
Tell you what, we had one match over there, went triple overtime. Young man, stolen by Kassenheiser. He's coming the other way. He's going to go to the hoop, layup, good. 37-27 as Lake's climbing back in this ball game. Yeah, I can't think of his name. Pigeon was his last name?
Yep, Levi Pigeon.
Triple overtime match in wrestling. You have to have so much mental and physical fortitude to win that match.
We got a scrum down here.
That kind of reminded me of last night. A little wrestling in the basketball game here. Although look who walks out of it, Mr. Talkington.
Yep.
So Lake will get the possession. 37-27, 152 as Kassenheiser kicks it into Collins. Back out to Roth. Turns, backs it out. Hands it to Kassenheiser. Trying to get this under double digits here. Into the corner, and he's going to lose it out of bounds. So DeGraffenried gets it to Voloski. He's going to push up the floor, gets it to Lehman. To Voloski. I'll tell you what, Voloski, they've kind of quieted him a little bit. Nice pass to DeGraffenried. Takes, shot, no good, but he'll shoot two. So DeGraffenried, who has 6 points in this ball game, he'll go to the free throw line. Try to make it 8. First shot. It's good. 1:12 left in third period here. Second shot. No good. Rebounded Lake. Herrick comes away with it over to Kassenheiser. 38-27. Kassenheiser driving to the hoop. Layup, no good. Rebounded Herrick. No good. Kassenheiser. Strong take to the hoop. No good. Rebounded Rouse for Central. So Rouse is going to bring it up the floor. Gets it crossed. Gets to Voloski. 41 seconds. Central still leads 38-27. Although Lakes made it close. So Rouse gonna turn, spins, shot. Good. Nice take by Rouse as he backed him down. Uses his body to protect the ball. 40-27, 20 seconds left in this third quarter. Kassenheiser. They basically cleared it out. Shot up. No good. Rebounded by Rouse. Shot. No good. So that's how we're going to end this third quarter. Central leads 40-27. We'll step away. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back here at Central Catholic High School as the Crusaders lead 40-27. Back on the floor for Lake. Herrick, Swope, Roth, Kassenheiser.
Almost stolen.
And I have another. Oh, there it is. Ethan Morrow. Velosky as Kassenheiser tips it. Velosky, Stewart, DeGraffenried, Reagan, and Lehman for Central. Sorry, I had to go down to the Lake JV roster to find Morrow on there. Velosky dribbles. And he's going to be fouled. And I believe they're going to call that on Kassenheiser. Yep, that'll be his second foul of the ball game.
4th team foul for Lake.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to let Central start going to the free throw line this early in the ball game. So Velosky dribbling. As Lehman to Stewart to DeGraffenried, tipped away. There goes Kassenheiser. Nice move. He's going to push. Pushes, takes to the hoop, drives, and he can't get the ball to fall. So Kassenheiser will go to the free throw line as he currently has 10 points. He'll shoot 2. So first shot is good. Checking back into the ball game for Central is Talkington and Rouse. Lehman and Stewart will sit down. Second shot. It's good. 40-29. Central leads. Into Talkington, back to DeGraffenried. Up the floor to Reagan, to Rouse. He's going to take to the hoop. Shot and one. So that foul is on Swope. That's his second foul of the ball game. And Roush will try to make the three-point play. Shot, no good. Rebounded by Talkington. He's going to lose it. Velosky gets it back. He loses it to Talkington, who saves it from out of bounds to DeGraffenried. And they're going to get Roth, and he's going to have 4 fouls. Oh, and they just slapped him with a technical foul. That might be his night, folks.
Yep.
All depends on how they call this. Yep, that's his night. That'll be his 5th. That's why you got to control your emotions. Shot is good. Second shot is good. So that will be the night for Landon Roth. You hate to see that. I think that he was just expressing his frustration, and you can't do it right in the referee's face.
Right. especially just getting back into the swing of things after being out for a while.
So I'm not sure what they're discussing here. Regardless, it's 6:58 left in this ball game with 44-29 as the score. Central leads. Well, now that we have it all straightened up, Brown will check in, and Swope will sit down. So DeGraff and Reed into Voloski. To Rouse. Rouse is going to kick it to Reagan. To Talkington inside. Strong move. Nice take. That'll be 4 points for Talkington. 46-29, 6:39 left in this ball game. Brown on the wing. Inside. Kicks it back out to Cassenizer. He's going to back it out. To the corner to Brown. Dribbles. Back to Cassenizer. Over to Collins. To the corner for three. No good. Rebounded and back out top. Stolen by DeGraff and Reed. It's going to be push. He's going to take, shoots. Oh. And Cassenizer needs to be careful. Smacking the backboard like that, that can be a technical foul as well. And I think the coach sees
The frustration.
Yeah, he sees some things happening here. He needs to have a timeout. So we're going to take a timeout. We're going to step away, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Beatty Sports has all of your athletic needs, specializing in corporate, school, and team apparel. In-house custom embroidery and silk screening makes the Beatty Sports tradition of quality and service unbeatable. Go Leopards!
And we're back, folks. Central Catholic High School. Fourth quarter, 6:10 left in this ball game, 46-29 Central. When we started this ball game, did you think that Central would be up by 17 this point in the ball game?
No, not with. Good. No, not with all the games we covered and getting to see both of these schools play different programs. This is not how I would see it go down.
No, I agree. I thought we'd have a lot tighter ball game than this so far. And we still got plenty of ball game left. I'm not putting the nail in the coffin at this point. You got a guy like Cassenizer on the floor that can change this game in a matter of seconds. And tipped away, stolen by Talkington up to DeGraff and Reed. Back to DeGraff and Reed to Rouse. Rouse to Voloski. To Talkington. To Rouse. And he's going to lose it. Oh, man, talk about a lucky play. To Voloski, shot no good. Rebounded by Lake. Lake's going to push it up to Florida Cassenizer. And it's going to be tapped out of bounds. Ball's going to stay with Lake. Cassenizer saw Brown cutting to the hoop and tried to get it to him, but one of the Central players tapped it and it went flying. Shot in the corner for three, no good. Rebounded by Talkington to Velasquez. 5:05 left in this ball game. Gets it to Rouse. Rouse dribbles to Velasquez. Velasquez back to Rouse. Dribbles, looks, kicks it back over to Talkington in the corner. Cross court to Velasquez to Rouse at the top of the circle. Back to Velasquez. He's going to dribble back over to Rouse. Back to Velasquez. Backs it back out. Into DeGraffenried. He takes it to the hoop. Layup. Good. 49-29. And just like that, Lake's coach wants a timeout. Tell you what, Central's playing the let's run the clock now.
Yeah, well, they kind of, I'd say, burned a minute and a half there. And they got a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to let the time off the clock, but you can't let them score on top of it. Currently, our leaders in scoring, Velasquez with 16, Rouse with 12, DeGraffenried with 10 for Central. For Lake, Kassenheiser with 12, Collins with 6. How many did Rouse sit down with, do you know, Roth?
He had 8.
So, Markoki's into the ball game again. Kassenheiser blocked by Rouse to Talkington, back to Velasquez. To DeGraffenried. And it's going to go off the leg of Gullett, so the ball will stay with Central. 4:07. Into Talkington. He's going to dribble. Back to Velasquez. Velasquez has it tipped away to Talkington. And we're going to have a timeout by Central. And tell you what, Kassenheiser's been warned. He's walking away talking to the official, and the official said, "You need to turn around and walk the other way, son." You know, in this type of game, I know you're down, but you can't talk to the officials. They'll get you in trouble real fast. Especially being a leader like he is too. They've had a few calls. I thought that call there at midcourt would have been over and back. I don't disagree with the young man, but you got to roll with it. You know what I'm saying, John?
Yep, at this point, you just kind of just keep going.
You can't help your team if you're not on the floor.
Right.
So Gullett, Collins, Kassenheiser, Markoki, and Brown. Velasquez, Reagan, Talkington, Rouse, and DeGraffenried for Central. Nice way to find Rouse there. Back to Velasquez. 3:38 left in this ball game to Rouse. And we're going to get a foul on Brown.
That's 9 team fouls for Lake, so.
Rouse will go to the free throw line. That was more obvious than a hold in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you can't get away with that. But they're going to be looking for that too.
So first shot, no good. Rebounded Brown. He's going to get it up to Kassenheiser. To Markoki. And he's going to be fouled by Reagan. Checking into the ball game is Aiden Marshall for Lake. To Gullett, to Marshall. Back to Gullett for three. Rebounded by Talkington. But he went down and they had a scrum and have a jump ball here, Lake possession. So Markoki looks, gets it out to Gullett. Gullett to Kassenheiser. Kassenheiser dribbles, takes, and he's going to be fouled. So Kassenheiser will go to the free throw line. 3:04 left in his ball game. 49-29 Central. Shot up. It's good.
Gives him 13 on the night.
Second shot. It's good. So that's 49-31, 3:04. As they get it to Velosky, up to DeGraffenried. Back to Velosky, to Rouse, to DeGraffenried. 2:52. To Rouse, to Velosky, on the wing, over to DeGraffenried. Cross court to Velosky. Talkington, he's going to take to Reagan, back out top to DeGraffenried, to Velosky, to Rouse, and they're going to get Rouse for traveling. 2:22, 49-31, Central leads. Cross court to Makoki. Out to Kassenheiser for a long three. Bang! 49-34, 2:09. And Lake's going to take a timeout. We'll stay here. I'll tell you what, he is not afraid to take those long threes.
No, he's not afraid to pull up from the NBA range and let it fly.
And he makes them. It's not like it's something that he is just doing tonight. He was making those against Louisville. So, some last words, instructions from the coaches here as we finish up our timeout. Kassenheiser with 17 points in the ball game. He leads all scorers. Velosky with 16 for Central. DeGraffenried got a dribble, splits the pair, and he's going to be fouled. And they're going to get Collins with the foul. That's his fourth foul. So DeGraffenried will shoot two. First shot is good. 50-34. Second shot, no good. Rebounded by Lake. They're going to get it up to Kassenheiser. He's going to take it down the lane. Shot, and he's going to be fouled. As they're going to call that, I believe, on Rouse. And that's his first foul of the ball game. So Kassenheiser with 17 already. Shot up, no good. As Amir Toney Checks in, and Reagan will sit down. Second shot is good. 50-35, 1:58 left in this ball game. Velosky on the baseline. Gets it into DeGraffenried. Cross court to Tony. Stolen by Lake. Back out to Markoki for three. No good. And Lake's going to get the rebound. And they're going to call Velosky with a foul.
Looks like that's his second.
Inbound to Lake. Cross court to Gullett. He's going to dribble, pulls. Shot no good. And it's going to be out of bounds. Ball's going to go to Central. So Velosky's going to inbound. He's going to look. Looks. Out to Rouse. Rouse. Looking. Gets it up to Lehman. Lehman across the timeline over to DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried pulls back out, and we've got a timeout. .128 left in this ball game, 50-35. As it appears, Lake has pretty much cleared their bench. Gullett, Swope, Geyer, Herrick, Markoki, and Marshall for Lake. Velosky, Rouse, Lehman, DeGraffenried, and Tony for Central. And they fouled Rouse, so he'll go to the free throw line again. 1:26 left in this ball game. Shot, no good. Back into the ball game is Talkington and Reagan. Shot up is good. 51-35, 1:23. Shot good for Lake. It's going to be number 33, Cole Geyer's first bucket of the ball game. This is the point of the game where I like to call this hack-a-shack. As in the NBA, we got to this point, they used to hack Shaquille O'Neal all the time because he was not the most exquisite free throw shooter in the game. Shot is good. It's going to be at 52-37, 1:12 left in this game. Markoki tries to get it to Gullett, but it's tipped away by Velosky. Ball inbounded. 1:07 left in this game. To Gullett, cross court. To Swope. He's going to drive, kicks it to Markoki. Shot up, rims out. Rebounded. No good. And it's going to be last touched out of bounds by Central. And checking into the ball game is a fan favorite, Thomas Yingling, as the student section goes crazy. Lehman gonna steal, taking it to the hoop, shot up, and one. What a shot. That was I know I'm gonna get hacked. I've got no way to take this shot, so I'm just gonna throw it up and it's gonna go in.
Right.
Why not? So sitting down is Volosky and Reagan. Checking into the ball game is Coney and Stewart. As Lehman will shoot. Shot up. No good. Rebounded Lake. 45 seconds. Up the floor to Swope for three. No good. Rebounded Lehman. And he's going to be fouled. So we're going to walk back up the other end of the floor and shoot a couple more free throw shots. So Lehman's going to shoot. Shot no good. (54-37), 38.1 seconds left. Central leads. Shot. Good. Make it 56. Or make it 55, excuse me. Shot up. No good. Rebounded Coney. Coney's going to dribble. 23 seconds. Hands it off to Lehman. 12 seconds. That's Ben Frank dribbling it out to Lehman. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's the buzzer. As the Central Catholic Crusaders defeat the Lake Blue Streaks, 55-37. As the student section down there is going crazy. I want to give a shout out to Bob Vero for having us over tonight. Bob's a great guy. Always very kind to us, takes good care of us. Great place to have a game, don't you think, John?
Yeah, it's a smaller gym, but you're kind of on top of everybody, so it's very loud, very electric, and great student section.
Student section crazy, like down in Minerva. I love it. They're in their beach attire tonight. So who's your player of the game, John?
I'm going to have to go with Volosky. I think he really set the tone for Central. You know, right off the rip in the first quarter, he came out strong, and then the other 3 quarters he played, really well. And I think defensively, Talkington, it seemed like every rebound was his, whether Lake, knew it or not.
He was just taking it. Few times he did literally take it. So I have to agree with you. I'm going to go with Volosky. I think that he set the tone early. He got things going, and he just kind of controlled the offense and the defense as we've kept going. Central played a great game from start to finish. They took the lead and never let off. So I want to thank my co-pilot here, John Tagger, for rolling with me. We've had a good stretch. We've got some good games coming up next week. We'll be putting that out.
Some tournament games.
Playoff basketball, folks. We love it. So I want to thank everybody for coming on with us. as always, we love doing it. We love being out here, and we'll be around soon. We'll get the schedule out to you, and till next time, have a great night, everyone. This is the Striking Media Network.